Good morning, sports fans. You are now rocking with the best. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio. I'm 7 Mitchell. Today's hot take is coming from the city of brotherly love. We're going to take this thing out in Philly, where last night Washington Wizards guard Isiah Thomas, this is unbelievable, IT. Isiah Thomas was ejected late in the fourth quarter of Saturday's 125-108 road loss versus the 76ers after going into the stands and verbally confronting a fan at Wells Fargo Center. Now, after Isiah Thomas made 1 or 2 free throws with about 3 minutes and 6 seconds left, IT said he was running back and a fan had both his middle fingers up and said, "F you, bitch," 3 times. Here's my take on this, people. This thing to me was all premeditated. Now, I know we're going to get kudos and praise because there was no fights. Quote unquote, Isiah Thomas went up into the stands respectfully. He wasn't aggressive, blah, blah, blah. Commissioner of the NBA has got to put the hammer down immediately on the situation. And this is why. We have watched build-ups lately. You watch Russell Westbrook in Utah. We've seen fans interact with players that have got kind of close to physical. Now, one thing that's totally unacceptable, I don't care what happens, is that an NBA player is to go up into the crowd to address a fan. Now, I'm not saying that the fan wasn't wrong. IT was out of pocket and deserves to be suspended because everything to me was premeditated. First of all, if you heard this thing 3 times from this gentleman, why wait to a timeout to go address him? That's premeditated. And if you are going to address him in the manner that you addressed him, the dude apologized, why then get him thrown out? Why not get him thrown out when you first saw him do it? Like, we saw a situation that could have been prevented earlier, and Isiah Thomas decided to go into the crowd and address this guy. Now, as Isiah was walking up to the fans, you could see them kind of egging him on, trolling, shaking their head back and forth. And in the hood, you're going to get your head knocked off. There's no doubt about that. But still, in hindsight, Isiah Thomas was dead wrong for going into the crowd. He had ample time to have security throw these guys out if they had did this repeatedly 2-3 times or what have you. And, we cannot give a green light for players to go into the crowd for any reason and address a fan. Now, the fan can get thrown out. I don't have no problem with that. I really appreciate Isiah Thomas not going overboard. I appreciate all that. But at the end of the day, what he did can definitely boil over and transpire to somebody else doing the same thing later, and it just get worse. Because what if those guys were hood guys? Like, you approaching me, what if they would have swung off on Isiah first? This thing could have got really bad. And I think the commissioner got to step in, and I think he had to set a precedent early that we cannot have this. We can't just have a fine with Isiah Thomas. We got to get a suspension. And I don't really want to see Isiah lose money and everything over this situation, but he had decisions to make. And in my opinion, they were kind of bad decisions. And I think a suspension is coming right around the corner. You cannot go into the crowd. And, it's just all premeditated. All premeditated. I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, but that's just where I'm at with it, man. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think about Isiah Thomas addressing the fan in Philadelphia. Does he deserve a suspension? Y'all let me know, man. You're just rocking with the best. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm 7 Mitchell, T7M Radio. We out here.